Those are words. I think
it's called scatting. I just need a beat and it'll make sense.
This is what we're gonna open with.
Sure. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Cafe Talk. Thank you guys once again for joining us. If you're coming back, then we really appreciate you. We love your support. And if it's your first time hearing us, well, hope you enjoy. Stick around. We're got some pretty neat topics today. What we got in store, Jolin? Oh, by the way, if I didn't state, this is my main man, Jolin, as my co-host.
Hello.
What do we got planned today, Jolin?
What's up? How's it going? Today we're going to talk about the end of the world because I'm feeling a little pessimistic.
Oh, Jolin, what's wrong? Are you okay? Everything's fine, buddy?
Yeah, everything's cool. I don't know, I just woke up. Oh, it's because I was watching this. I binge watched The Simpsons.
Which ones? Like just a season or all of them?
Most of the
ones that you could get your hands on.
Nah, most of the recent stuff. Like I think the late 20 seasons.
Yeah.
Like 27, 28.
Where did you watch them, on Hulu?
YouTube. Some on Hulu, some on YouTube.
Yeah, because I tried to binge watch Simpsons on Hulu, but they only have like one season. It's like the newest one. Yeah. So I was like, I binge watched that, but YouTube sounds better.
You could binge watch Bob's Burgers. They have all of them on Hulu.
Oh yeah, I know.
We're not sponsored by Hulu, by the way. we just like Hulu.
That's the only way we could watch our stuff.
Hulu, if you want to sponsor us,
yo, we're down.
One of the episodes that I was watching had to deal with like the end of the world, and it got me thinking. Like the part that annoyed me is when they choose the people to save for like the special program.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like they always choose
like the bunker to put
or
people in the shelter.
Or in the episode's case, like they're sending people to Mars.
Oh, okay.
To start a new civilization.
Yeah.
And then it just got me thinking, like what's the most plausible way that the world would end? What would like post-apocalyptic Earth look like? Do you think by the time the world ends, would we be able to colonize Mars or Titan or whatever? Just things like that.
Just talking about that right now, like it just popped into my head out of nowhere right now. It's like, side note, there's a Futurama episode of that where the world was technically supposed to end because of a huge solar flare that was so big that it wasn't going to be just an EMP. It was actually going to like scorch the surface of the Earth. Yeah, so everyone like runs away to Mars because they saw like a Martian calendar that predicted all this. And it turns
I know
out,
that episode. Yeah,
it turns out that the Martian calendar was talking about their own planet, aka Mars, that was going to be the one attacked. That the solar flare goes around Earth and hits Mars. Yeah. And then everyone's like screwed because the ones that were supposed to be saved are actually the ones like dead.
Doesn't Futurama have a lot of those like the world is gonna end or the universe is gonna end episodes?
Do they?
I think because they end I think a whole season with like a rip into the fourth dimension and then that tentacle monster guy falls in love with everybody. The movie and then they basically go through the wormhole and then they end up in like a different time.
Yeah, it's like a different universe itself and stuff like that. Well, I mean, it's not really. Well, I mean, yeah, they end with a lot of stuff that seems to be the end of the world, and then they make fun of it, saying like, "Oh, it's nothing what you thought." You know what I mean? Like you overreacted for no reason. That's satirical comedy sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Going back to your question, Jolin, how do you think the world would end? Yeah. Like the way things are going right now, what's the most probability?
Probably, I think not with a bang, but with a whimper. Okay. I feel like the world would end just because of our own doing. Not like nuclear explosions or whatever, but just it won't we'll be able to survive because humans are very adaptable.
Yeah.
But like our food source will die out because the plants can't survive, the animals can't survive.
Yeah.
The climate be like too hot that it'll evaporate water or something. So like our own doing will like cause the world to end.
Yeah.
That's how I imagine it. But then when I think about the world ending, like freaking nuclear bombs and like nuclear fallout comes to mind because that's like what every movie talks about.
Exactly, especially when automatically when you think of apocalypse, you either think of like a great pestilence or just like nuclear war that just happens.
Yeah, and I mean the Fallout games are basically about that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, with the whole like China having a secret meeting with North Korea. Have you heard of that?
I haven't.
Yeah, so apparently like the leader of China, their president or I don't know, I'm not sure.
You just call him, just say president.
Yeah, okay, so let's just call it the leader of China.
Yeah.
He had a secret meeting with Kim Jong-un.
Really?
Yeah. And secret in a way where it's like, no other leader was able to participate in the meeting. It wasn't like a UN type of thing. So everybody's speculating like, oh, they're plotting something. They're planning to team up against us and start World War III. That type of stuff. Like hysterical shit. So that's why nuclear war comes to mind more than other stuff. But I
think the only reason why nuclear war is like everybody's go-to is just that it's so
convenient.
Like, it's so convenient. Like it'll just cause the world to end like in an instant.
I mean, there's nuclear warheads all around the world from every like country.
And it's not even that. Like it could just be like another nuclear plant explosion, like Long Island. Like was it? No, it's 3 islands.
Which one?
There was one off like in New York.
There
was a tiny like nuclear explosion.
There was?
Well, not an explosion, but there was like a crack in one of the reactor cores, and it spread radiation to the surrounding area.
Oh jeez, kind of like the whole Japan nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
Nuclear power plant.
Yeah, but that's like the only major one in the U.S. The one that everyone talks about is like Chernobyl in the Ukraine.
Oh, definitely, everyone's heard of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I see it. Speaking of the whole, global warming, animals dying out, did you hear that the last male white rhino died?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that also, like, animals going extinct just shows, it's kind of sad to hear, such rare, beautiful species just going extinct.
Was it this year, the eastern puma also went extinct?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard of that, man. Oh,
that's not to say that there aren't pumas or cougars on the east on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
There still are, but there are different subspecies from the eastern cougar.
Of course, and
just like how we have like the western mountain lion or stuff like that.
Yeah,
they're actually thinking about introducing our western mountain lions into the East Coast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they play like an important role in the ecosystem. Like they keep the wild hog numbers down. They keep like rodent populations in control and stuff like that.
They're not invasive species themselves?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Like they help manage, if anything, they help manage invasive species.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of like Darwin's finches, the whole, just because they're in a different region, they evolved slightly different, even though they're the same species. There's just like minor differences that cause them to be, subspecies.
Yeah,
within
especially with
category.
like the hogs. Like what's big enough to hunt a wild hog?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, damn.
Like
really?
The only thing is probably like a bear.
Did those things actually hunt hogs?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They can hunt hogs if they want to.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's those type of like animals going extinct. The sad part is that no new species are coming out. You know what I mean? It's kind of rare to imagine a new species coming out.
Well, there is. There's the Dumbo octopus.
I thought that one already existed. We just barely discovered it.
Well, what do you mean by new species?
Like new species as in like, I don't know, in my mind, the way I'm making it sound would be like if new species would pop out of nowhere. But I'm talking more like we don't have animals to create new species in a new, like, upland environment. Not like undiscovered ocean terrain.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
I guess.
A horse goes to like another area that it's never been to, and then it becomes part of the ecosystem there. And then it repopulates like greatly to the point where it's like there's a new species. That type of stuff.
There's no like new species, but there's a lot of hybrid species going on. Like there's like the polar bears and the brown bears.
Yeah.
Because the polar bears like ecosystem is getting so small that they started moving inland, and then polar bears are meeting grizzly bears, and then some of them like have cubs.
Yeah.
So you have like these hybrid polar bear, grizzly bear. Or like polar bear, black bears.
That's cool. That sounds dangerous.
It's not cool. It's sad.
Well, yeah, of course it is sad. I mean, the whole their whole home is getting destroyed.
Yeah.
But I mean,
then like
it's
if
still
you think
kind of
about,
cool. Two bears meeting one.
I guess like if you think about new species, like dogs are a relatively new species.
Yeah, there you go, like that.
They've only been made like in the past couple thousand years.
Yeah. Also, did you see? Well, speaking of dogs, did you see that dog that mated with the polar bear and he created like a husky polar bear?
That's not possible.
Did you not see it? I think it was like photoshopped. It looked cute as hell.
Well, yeah, because they're two different animals.
I know, but did you see it though?
No.
Did you see the picture roaming around the internet? Search it up. It's so cute. It's so fluffy. It looks like a chow chow, but like with the husky coloring, and it looks like they enlarged it to make it look like as big as a bear.
Oh, okay.
So it's really cute.
But speaking of that, have you ever seen a husky and a pug?
Yes.
They're so cute.
A pugski?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to have one of those.
Or a hug.
A hug. Aww. A hug.
But yeah, what else was I gonna say? Oh, so like what I was trying to get to earlier on is that the thing that annoyed me about that Simpsons episode, which is pretty prevalent in like a lot of shows, is that when they go disclose that they had this secret program, whether it's like a bunker or to like start a colony on another planet or stuff, the people that they always choose to save from the Earth are like political leaders, scientists, and celebrities. And I'm just like, why do they choose to save celebrities? Like, celebrities are basically like normal people. They just made movies or just made us laugh.
Yeah. Honestly, well, I mean, would connecting to people be a factor of that? Like, because technically, because people like already know them, they feel like they could easily make connections.
Maybe, but then,
even
do you
then,
really want people like? I don't know, because like if I imagine like a new, like if humanity was able to like start anew, and like create a civilization from the ground up, like, you know, I would want people like Carl Sagan and Elon Musk to lead us.
Yeah. Smart, innovative people that could actually think of new ways to like help us thrive.
Exactly.
Yeah. No,
so
that's
like,
true.
As much as it probably might offend somebody, like I don't want like Donald Trump to lead us into the new world.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Which I mean, by the looks of it, he's probably is.
Yeah. No, but I mean, that's honestly what I said about the whole charisma stuff or connections. That's literally the only thing I could think of right now in which celebrities would benefit us, but no other way. Honestly, like,
True.
like.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I would want to save like Gabriel Iglesias because I feel like he would,
comedy.
Yeah, he would do some good.
Yeah, I mean, bring people's spirits up in the time of turmoil.
I guess that's probably why they choose celebrities to save, like because they can connect to people.
Yeah.
But then, do you really want like Tom Cruise in your new civilization?
Yeah, I mean, it's those type of things you have to think about because it's like you have to specifically choose like the right celebrities, you know.
True.
Like sure, let celebrities be like a main priority, but don't just let anybody who's a celebrity. You know?
And then even then, like, what categorizes somebody as a celebrity?
Exactly.
By default, we can say we're celebrities because we have this YouTube channel.
Yeah.
We're like internet personalities, but then like in the realm of celebrities, I would rather have like novelists and poets and stuff because they can, for a lack of better words, they can like keep us entertained, inspire imagination and creativity into the next generation.
Yeah, see the situation in which they're in a new way that most people wouldn't interpret, and then put that into like a book or a poem.
Yeah, like I don't think Channing Tatum would inspire the next generation.
It would inspire like them to get like abs.
As much as I like Channing Tatum,
that's true.
Or Jonah Hill.
I wouldn't want what's his name? That guy that with the beard mustache combo. He came out in Knocked Up.
I don't know.
He in Family Guy they make fun of him because Peter gets a gene of his, makes you funny without actually not doing anything.
Oh, isn't that Robin Williams?
Seth Rogen.
Oh, because I know there's an episode where like whenever Peter touches somebody, they turn into Robin Williams.
Yeah, I remember that episode. No, but I'm talking about the one where he turns gay because they implanted with a gay gene. They implanted him with like a Seth Rogen gene, and he looks like Seth Rogen because he gets like his mustache beard combo. Like I was saying, I wouldn't want Seth Rogen to be in that list. Like even though I find his movies funny and I find him like a funny guy, even then, his comedy isn't helpful enough in dire situations like that, you know? And like, I would not want him to be
like say like we were gonna move to another planet and there was only like 2,000 seats.
Yeah.
I feel like we should get the most cunning individuals.
Yeah.
Like at least fill up 500 of those seats with like scientists and doctors and stuff like that.
Yep,
and then
definitely.
another 200 could be like political leaders or whatever.
Because in the end, you still need leadership, even if like they're not super smart and inventive guys. The leadership trait itself is something different from just being from intelligence in itself. You know, you have to have like charisma, and people have to trust you. They have to know you. They have to know that you're a good leader. You know, you have it in you to do it. But like some leaders that we have right now in the world, I don't see them filling that position. You know what I mean?
I get you.
Yeah, if anything, I mean, like a UN sort of stuff of all those political leaders, maybe. But even then, it's more of like,
I don't know, it's hard. Situation. Yeah, it's very hard to like pick and choose who you want in a new civilization.
Yeah, let us know in the comments below who would you like to lead us in a new apocalyptic situation. Who do you think has the guts and the cojones to lead us?
Exactly. What else was I gonna say? Oh, so say there was like some kind of catastrophic event that like tore society in two.
Okay.
If everything went to anarchy and chaos, do you think you would make it like past the first couple months where like the smoke starts to die?
Yeah.
Kind of like,
what?
Because like in my case, like when I imagine that, I think of like the Walking Dead game. Because like the game literally starts you off like at the beginning of the apocalypse, or like the beginning of the zombie invasion.
Like you're inside your own house and your parents have turned and you don't really know that stuff. Or
you're a convict and you're getting driven to jail.
Oh.
And then like the cop who's driving you like gets into a car accident and then a zombie eats him and you have to run through the forest like handcuffed, and then you like go to this house, you like break your cuffs, and then that's when you meet like the second protagonist.
That's in the first episode?
Yeah.
I only played the demo, and the demo starts you off as like someone in the house, and then your parents turn.
Oh, that's probably why. But no, the actual game starts you off as Carl or whatever his name is.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it starts you from like the beginning of the apocalypse.
See, speaking like that in zombie terms, I don't think I would last that long. Like I would, like I would go crazy, like chopping heads off. Like I would have fun with that, you know, like just fighting off the horde, but. In the end, I don't see myself lasting very long, mainly because I wouldn't know where like resourceful areas would be, and I wouldn't know where like a good hiding place would be, or like I feel like I would think it's a good hiding place, but in the end, I just like compromise myself, and then I just like get eaten by the.
Well, horde. I mean, whenever I, like, especially since we're in LA, whenever I think of like a good hiding spot, I always think of like Eden Canyon.
Yeah, that's actually I was thinking like in the mountains and stuff like that.
For the most part of the year, you have water there.
Yeah.
You can like create a little flat area. You can grow some crops. There's like bunnies and deers and stuff that you can like either you can either capture them and make them like reproduce. So you have a farm. I don't know, or like just out there in like Riverside or something.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Like I don't have any like wilderness experience. You know, I've never been camping, so it's like even if I do that, I wouldn't survive long enough. I would constantly have to go back to the city to get resources, and it's like I feel like one of those trips would like kill me. But I mean, I'm not saying that I wouldn't fight. You know, I wouldn't strive to survive. Maybe I would surprise myself in how long I've actually survived. But right now, in how I am right now with my mentality, I feel like I wouldn't survive that long. But I would have fun fighting zombies.
Fair enough.
But when it comes to like nuclear apocalypse or maybe like starting a new world in an off planet, because I'm not one of those people that would be highly intellectual or inventive or creative, I would try my best to be resourceful, you know, be useful. Like if I'm not the one creating the plans or creating like ideas, then I'm gonna be the hammer, the tool that the person needs.
Okay,
you know?
I got a better idea.
What's
so
up?
Remove everyone that we just talked about, political leaders, doctors, things or whatever.
Yeah.
And let's say we were back in high school.
Yeah.
Right? And they like every high school got their own rocket ship that they can send like, I don't know, 500 people.
Okay.
Right? If you were one of the 500 people like from our high school,
yeah,
what kind of position do you think you'd have? Okay, not 500, like 2,000.
Yeah.
No, our school was small, so I figured like everybody would be on the rocket ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
That's fine.
I was like, it's almost everybody.
That's fine. Like, what kind of position in the society do you think you would have, or like, and then what kind of position would you want to have?
So I think the position I would have would be like agriculture position, like the guy who like tends to the farm and make sure the ground is like ready for more plants and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
right.
hard working labor,
Yeah, that's
that sort of stuff.
respectable.
I feel like I would be in that position. I would like to be in the position where I'm in. Well, I don't know. Actually, that's actually a good position.
Well, would you want to have like a leadership position? Like if they were like, oh, we're gonna have like these people are gonna create the rules and stuff, and then we're
Yeah.
gonna have like these people who enforce the rules, and we have these people who like, I don't know, do something else.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind being in a leadership position, but not like leadership as in control, like leading everybody that has moved over there.
Mm-hmm.
If anything, have a leader position in which I tell a group of people what to do. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I tell.
So you wouldn't
these
want to
people
you wouldn't want to be like the president. You'd want to be like a mayor. or
Exactly.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
that
I
makes
wouldn't mind
sense.
that. Yeah. Because that way, yeah. Like I'm in charge of people's lives. I'm in charge of them doing the right thing and
Yeah,
getting
so
us
then,
to
like-
survive. But I don't want to be like the full leader. You know, like.
Yeah. So like the way I imagine it is like the way that I saw it structured in my mind would be like there's your president.
Yeah.
And then he has his officers.
Yeah.
And then you have like the presidents for each grade level, which would be like 9, 10, 11, 12. And then you have their officers.
Yeah.
And I imagine you'd either want to be one of the officers, or you want to be the president of a certain grade level.
Yeah. I would like to be the presidents of the grade levels. That would be
All
awesome.
right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would love to be the leader in that.
Dude, this
situation.
would be a good book, man.
It would, right?
We should just write this book or like this comic book.
Man, you just came up with a great idea.
Right,
Jolin.
thank you.
Not bad.
In my case, I feel like I would either want to be like one of the researchers,
Yeah.
or like one of the scientists, the doctors, somebody right there where
Oh,
like
definitely, I could see
I'm
you doing
either
that.
creating or helping people,
Yeah.
or I would probably be the same like you. Like I would want to be like working in the field or like taking care of like whatever animals we end up capturing. Like say we
Yeah.
have like a bunch of chickens, like I'd want to be the person who like feeds them, takes care of them, collects their eggs, and like ultimately like slaughters them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wouldn't mind that.
Well, what position do you think people would give you though?
I think,
Like,
well, especially
rather
in
than
high
the
school.
one that you want.
Yeah,
What-
especially in
what
high
position
school,
would
I
you
would
think?
probably be like one of the scientists or the doctors, because that's what I was going for
Yeah.
in high school.
I can see you doing that.
And-
Like the one that genetically modifies the plant food so that way it
Not to
lasts
that
and survives.
extreme, but just like
I could see you doing that.
I don't know.
Or at least working
'cause
on
in-
a team that does
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Like in high school, I didn't know how to do like genetic manipulation. I
Yeah.
knew how to just like isolate genes, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, but in that
I
type of
knew I had
situation,
more-
you gotta learn as fast as you can.
I had
and
more
stuff.
like medical knowledge and first aid knowledge
Oh, I
than
see.
I had like freaking biotherapy or whatever.
I
So
feel-
like I figured I would have been good as a doctor.
I feel like there would just be like a lab. You know what I mean? If it
Oh,
was if it
true.
was like off planet, it would just be a lab, and that lab would also be a medical center. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that way
like,
all
I
the
think-
scientists and all the doctors are together in one area, so they
I
can
think
help each other.
I'd lean more towards the medical center.
Yeah.
In today's case, I probably still would be towards the medical center, but I'd want to also be like in the mechanic or engineering section.
Oh yeah.
Like a little bit of both. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that sounds fun. Creating like new vehicles to help
Or
us.
even
like,
then, just restoring like
create-
old vehicles.
Yeah.
Like getting them to work so we have like stuff that we can move things with. Like if there's this big ass rock or
Mhm.
whatever, we could just hook it up to like a truck that a couple of us help restore.
So okay. So my question would be, if this were to actually happen, when do you believe it would happen? Like do you see it in the future where we have like advanced technology like hover cars or even like suits that help us like lift 10 times our own weight, or do you see it happening sooner where we're actually not as advanced and probably not as prepared as we would be?
I want to say sooner, but I think it'll happen like later on.
Yeah.
Like way later. Probably like well past my.
Like when the oil wars happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think by then I'll probably be dead, so.
Yeah, no, me
I
too.
don't
I
really
feel
care.
like that. I feel like
I
it's
won't
not
really
in my
care.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be in like my kids' lifetime or like their grandkids or whatever.
Yeah, me too. I feel like the same way. Not bad. This is a good topic. Like we should investigate and write our own story about
Right?
this.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just like a bunch of they choose like one high school to like shoot into to start a new colony.
Yep. So let us know in the comments below. You know, what position would you like to fulfill in the future society on a different planet? You know, how do you, Jolin? How do you believe the Earth is gonna look after the apocalypse?
I just imagine like everything is just like dusty.
Just a huge like cloud of dust nonstop.
Pretty much, like everything's just like dirt colored and
like
dusty.
Like Resident Evil Apocalypse. Did you see that movie?
I didn't.
I don't know if they filmed it in a desert or I don't know if that's how they wanted it.
I was
to
just
look,
thinking of
but
like,
it was like a desert nonstop.
I don't know. I was just thinking
city.
of like Mad Max.
Yeah.
Shit like
Okay.
That,
yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I imagine more of like, kind of like Chernobyl, but worse, where it's like you see remnants of trees and plants, but they're all black, and they're not black because of like fire. They're black because of just like radioactive decay.
Oh.
And then you see like puddles of like green water or like bluish water, like red, I don't know, just different colored water. And then you see like an arm that has like 10 fingers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just something
That's
weird.
So
And then like you see people walking around, but they all have to wear like some sort of suit because the Earth is just so uninhabitable that like nothing can survive. And in even the Earth itself, like when you look at it from the outside, like from space, it's no longer like greenish blue or like white. It's more like red and brown.
So kind of just like Mars.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That seems like a pretty cool dystopian future.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Would you like to live in a vault like Fallout
Probably
type
not.
vault? No, because like those remember like in the games, technically Fallout people lived in there for like 50 years or longer.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, would you be able to survive in those type of vaults?
I would be able to survive, but I mean, I wouldn't be happy.
Yeah, I feel like depression would be the main problem in those type of situations, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I don't know, like I did pretty well on my own.
Yeah.
True, like I could live.
I believe.
I can live by myself and stuff like that.
I could see it.
It'll be fine. I amuse myself. I think I'm hilarious.
I've been so fascinated with bad puns lately. Like, I don't know why I love bad puns so much. Like, I know they're bad. I know they're horrible. But yet, it makes me giggle every time I hear one. I love it.
Speaking of bad puns, my friend Natalie, she went to Rome for spring break. And then she posted a picture of herself in front of the Vatican.
Oh, okay.
And she was like, the caption was just like, people don't believe I can eat a whole pizza, but I can. Like, bet I can.
Vatican. See, man, like that. See, it's like even the words don't roll off the tongue like they should, but I mean, it just makes me giggle, man. I love it.
Yeah.
So, before we like close this off, anything new you want to add? Anything new you've heard recently, Jolin?
No, not really. I'm not really up with the news.
Or just like anything recent.
I mean, because I know a lot about car news. Like the New York Auto Show just ended.
Oh, how'd that go?
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
They released a lot of like new models for cars and stuff.
Yeah.
The one that some people were talking about, especially like Toyota fans, is the new 2019 Corolla hatchback.
Ooh.
That it's going against like what a lot of people expect from Toyota, because a lot of Toyotas are just like efficient, boring cars.
Yeah.
But this hatch that they just made kind of looks like the Focus RS.
Okay.
But it's not all-wheel drive. It's like front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
It's gonna have a 6-speed manual. It has a 2-liter engine, which I mean, by Toyota standards, you could probably expect like 130 to 160 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
It's lightweight. Has pretty good space. Pretty good economy.
Not bad.
So,
I mean,
I don't know. That's what
it sounds like they're trying to take a little leap towards the future, you know, trying something a little unexpected and hopes people like it.
Or they're just finally like giving the people what they want.
Yeah.
Especially like with what was it, the Geneva Convention? Not the Geneva Auto Show.
Oh yeah.
Where they unveiled the new Supra.
Yeah, I saw that one.
They talked to one of the designers, and There's like a little bit of a resolve because people are upset that it's not gonna have a 6-speed like a manual transmission, but it is gonna have a dual clutch transmission.
Ooh, nice.
So it's like
Wait. So my question is, what does the dual clutch improve? Like, it makes it faster, so there's no lag between each like gear shift.
Dual clutch is basically like the transmission that you have in your Kia Optima.
Oh,
like it's like an automatic.
Yeah.
But it has like electronic gear ratios. Like you just slap it into like the manual side and you can just move it up and down.
Ah, there you go.
That's
okay,
a dual
that
clutch.
Makes sense. Yeah, I get it now. Like when you turn I forgot what car it was. Like a Fiat. You turn the Fiat into like a sports mode, and then you have to like switch between like 1 through 6 gears.
Yeah, but they're not real
full
gears.
manual.
They're just electronic gears.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, that makes sense.
So there's like a bit of a resolve there, but people are still like,
like they prefer manuals.
Yeah, and there's also rumor that the BMW Z4, which is like what Toyota and BMW cooperated on to make the Supra.
Yeah.
Will have a transmission. Will have a manual.
Oh, nice.
And they're like, "What the fuck, Toyota?"
It's like, why waste it over there? We want it over here.
Yeah. So I don't know.
But I mean,
I don't know. We'll see. That's all I have for car news.
Yeah.
Like aside from other news, I don't know. Not really much.
Well, I mean, it's April, so for me, for the news I got, it's just the new God of War game's coming out soon.
Oh, true.
At the moment we're recording this, it's still like a few weeks off. But it comes out on April 20th, I believe.
I think so.
Yeah, April 20th. It looks great. For anybody out there that doesn't know what God of War is, it's just like an action game where you play as a really angry guy who just seeks out revenge against the Greek gods to kill them because they forced him to kill his own family. But that was like in the first games, like the previous games. This new game that's coming out actually takes on the Norse mythology, like Thor, Odin, and all those creatures like trolls and stuff. And this time he has a son. So instead of being the ruthless and rage-filled killer, he now has to like transition into a more fatherly figure. He has a beard. And he has a cool ass beard. That too.
Speaking of that, what was I gonna say? So last year,
we
were surprised by like the debut of the first episode of the 3rd season of Rick and Morty.
Oh yeah.
This year, people were expecting to like get the first episode of the 4th season.
Yeah.
But instead, we got this weird like parody of Rick and Morty called like Bushland Adventures.
Really? I haven't heard of this.
Where like the whole like what goes on in the episode is basically like a really like poor quality Rick and Morty that takes place like in the Australian outback or something, and they have Australian accents.
No way.
It's really weird and it's really trippy. I highly recommend you go watch it if you're a Rick and Morty fan.
Yes.
It's super weird.
Oh my gosh. What? Why did they do this?
I don't know.
What's going on here?
I think it was just to give like the fans a little bit something, because there's been a lot of like anger that the 4th season, like Adult Swim hasn't approved the 4th season yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I read that on was it Dan Harmon's Twitter? Yeah, that's messed up. Like Adult Swim knows what the fans want. You know what I mean? Why not just approve it already?
I don't know.
Because Dan Harmon himself said that he wasn't gonna start on the 4th season if it wasn't approved yet. Like, what's the point of stressing yourself out?
I think the reason why it's taking so long is because like Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland's lawyers are arguing for more money.
Oh, I see.
Like, because not only did Rick and Morty like improve Adult Swim's viewership by like a ton, it also improved their other shows.
Oh, really? Like, people are actually sticking around to watch the other shows as well?
Yeah, because they realize like, oh, Adult Swim's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, they have Rick and Morty. Like, what else do they have? Like just a bunch of Adult Swim shows just got a ton of, like, a big spike in viewing rates.
So all they're asking is for, like, a little compensation for, like, helping them out like that.
Yeah. Like, well, I don't think it's a little bit. I think it's a lot.
Is it?
Maybe. I don't know. There's no, like...
Well, it would make sense if it was. Yeah, of course. That's why they're, like, fighting it out.
Because Rick and Morty also gave them, like, a lot of revenue. Like, they were able to sell a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. All the stuff from the Rickmobile, that was actually also sponsored by Adult Swim too. Yeah. Like, not only by like Rick and Morty. And every time you see something in Rick and Morty, Adult Swim is always attached to it.
Exactly.
So it's like you're not only getting the Rick and Morty name out there, you're also getting the Adult Swim name out there. So it's like, yeah, I get it. It's really complicated stuff.
It's like it's legal adult stuff.
Yeah.
So for Rick and Morty fans who are under like 15, just hold on.
You just gotta wait.
You
go
won't
watch
get-
the,
yeah.
what is it, Bush what?
Well, it's like Bushland Adventures
Bushland
or something.
Adventures? Yeah, go watch that and it'll hold
It's
you
like
off.
legal adult stuff.
Tie you off until then.
But yeah.
But hopefully by the end of this, or like midway this year, hopefully we hear some news about it. Maybe hopefully it gets like resolved, or if anything, maybe Rick and Morty gets canceled. So
I don't know.
Don't know. Womp womp.
As long as they keep on making Bob's Burgers episodes, I'm fine. I love Bob's Burgers.
I need to watch Bob's Burgers. Like,
It's so good.
I need to get the enthusiasm you have towards it.
It's so
like,
good.
because
I love it.
the episodes I've seen are actually like really good. I saw the Dream one. You remember the Dream episode where Louise loses her like little favorite toy? Yeah, that was trippy. I loved it. I was whoa. Kuchikopi, yeah.
I want a Kuchikopi.
Yeah, and then the family itself is just funny.
Yeah.
So I'm down to watch that.
All right, with that, thank you everybody for tuning in. As Victor said in the beginning, this is your first time. Why not, help us out, subscribe, and like what we do.
Yeah, don't miss any other episodes in the future, and if you like this one,
If
please
you're
drop a
regular,
like.
yeah, if you're a regular around here, we just want to tell you that we thank you for your support, and we couldn't do this without you guys. We probably would, but it
it would not be the same at all. Like,
it wouldn't be the same.
We love you guys.
And yeah, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. Comment down below with if there's anything that we said that resonated with you or something that made you mad. You can also comment down below any topics that you want us to talk about in the future.
Definitely.
We also have an Instagram that we're very active on. You can DM us topics or just drop a what's up. Try to get into the DMs. It's fine by us.
Just slide on in.
We have a Twitter, which we're not really using at the moment,
yeah.
but more people start following us, maybe that'll change.
Yeah, hopefully.
And yeah, with that, thank you again. Let us know what you like, what you didn't like, and we'll see you all next time.
Bye. Stay beautiful.
Bye. So long.
Bye now.
Farewell.
Goodbye. Goodbye.